At the start, when I want to pressure the spawn point, I just put Pylon up here, so it heals everybody. And you can just sit here and shoot everybody. But once they push in, you move back. I usually put Pylon here as a like support for when we're getting pushed in, especially if we're getting pushed in fast. But I usually remove it instantly if they have like a Echo Pharah or even Winston, because it always gets destroyed very fast the moment they glance over it. And then I usually keep Pylon here for this point. I put it behind this bush just because I think it's a very nice Pylon. Unless they come from this side, it's still hard to say, so they don't instantly shoot it up until they notice it. But if somebody comes from this side, I just move it back inside here. And I think this is my favorite spot for this point, because nobody gets it unless you push in into point. Or you come behind here and you glance over it. But even if you come behind here, you're most likely playing around here, so you kind of move out kind of here and just shoot them down. But I think that's the best for this point. And if you get it pushed a little bit more, you can put Pylon here. This is really nice too. It's covering this side here. It doesn't cover too much, but if they're really pushing into point and you're getting in bad position, putting Pylon here might be very good. But putting Pylon here is also nice, but you have to be careful of this one, because if they come from this side, they can shoot it down very easily because you can see it. Same from that side, you should never put it on that side because there's always somebody down there. So if anything, you can put it here. Maybe put this one here when they're still on the choke, and maybe your Ana is playing here, or Bab, or you're playing here. That's very good. Just be careful of the right side because they see it. On high ground they don't, so it's only on the right side here that they see it. So that's really good. I don't like putting it here just because they always push you in from this side. But I mean, you can put it here only if you're very safe and nobody's like diving you. Otherwise, I'd rather just put it there, because even if you get pushed in, that's still healing everything here. So I rather much keep it there. Instead, if you get pushed from this side, I just put Pylon here. Because if somebody glances over to me, I can just back off a little bit and that's healing me. Just be careful being in range, because if you play here, then it won't hit you. But like, you can even put it here, honestly. I guess this will be a better spot if you're really playing on the edge of this room. So it heals you better, and it's hidden, and you can only destroy this if you come here, like really inside. So I guess this will be a better spot, but up to you. If your team is pushing the team back into their spawn and you're playing around this choke, I like putting it behind the car, because nobody sees that, and it's healing the people around. So if you're playing here and you're not like 100% sure if you're gonna be able to sit here, just put it there, because then it can heal everybody else if you back off. And if you're playing on top, I put it always here, like always. I don't like putting it here, but yeah, don't put it on that side because you can see it very easily. So always put it on that, because I'm pretty sure you cannot see that one. I'm gonna show you right now. Put it up here, and the team won't even be able to see that one. They can only see it if they really come down here, but the moment they come down here, you should not. I mean, you can still play high ground, but it's very risky. So careful. Whenever I play here with the Pylon in this room, it's really good, but I feel like I always die off most of the times, unless my team is playing well. But if they have a dive comp, I find it hard to play on this angle, because Tracer is always coming from this side and pushing me in, and the moment I get pushed in, most of the times I'm just dead. So if anything, I think the best play would just to play here and put Pylon there. But you can play there too. I like playing there, honestly. So depending on their comp, adapt to their comp. Once you get pushed from the first point, a lot of people put Pylon here, but I don't like it that much, just because it's easy to see. And if Winston jumps in, he will most likely instantly zap that. So if anything, I put it here. I find it to be a nicer positioning here. Just because even if Genji wall jumps here, he doesn't instantly see it. He does see it at some point, but not instantly, so this is good. I feel like this is better. It says safe most of the times. If you're playing down here, you can put Pylon here. I don't like putting here because I don't know, the team always pushes in and this is very easy. If you put it here, I feel like it's better. Or even here, but I like it here more because it's covering more. Sometimes there's situations where I get pushed down from high ground, so I put Pylon here like this. It's not a good spot, like it's not the best, but a lot of the times it gets the work done. If you play on top here, I like putting Pylon here. It's protected and nice even if they come that way, so you can keep it here. Don't put it on this side because they can see it very easily, so always put it here. If you play in the room, just put it here like this. Just be careful because if you put it like that, they can't see from that side. So if you don't want that to happen, you can just move it further, but then it will not heal from this side. So depending on how you want to do, just put it there like that. If you play on top, just put Pylon behind this box. It's pretty well protected, and sometimes I only put it here if my team is playing around this bridge and it's safe. But if they have like a dive coming by or the enemies on the other side, I prefer to put it here because otherwise it gets destroyed very easily. So that's the best one so far, I think. If you play around here, put Pylon here so you can poke out the enemy and whatever. That one is pretty good because it's very protected. You have to push in to destroy them. If you're playing around point or here, I like putting Pylon here. Just be careful because if they're high ground, they can destroy that very easily. So just careful of that. Otherwise, you can just leave it in the back. But it's gonna heal less, but at least it's safer. But honestly, just leave it here because it's really nice. It gets the job done, and if they want destroyed, they need to come by. If you play on this side and the enemy is pushing in, I like putting Pylon here because when you put it on the actual angle of this building, the enemy cannot see this unless they peek for it, but you need to really peek far. So it's really good if you just be careful for high ground still because you can shoot it down, but it should be fine. Just be careful. And it's really good because it's covering here. If the Winston jumps in, he most likely doesn't see that one up until he starts healing and then he notices it. But aside from that, it's fine. Oh yeah, a lot of people put Pylon here if they're defending here, but I don't like putting it here just because it feels way too exposed. So I rather just put it there because it's very protected in my opinion. If you're playing inside, I like putting Pylon here. Just be careful of that side, so if they push there, that one is gone. Otherwise, you can put it here and they will not see it. I like putting it here just because some people play on this angle too, so it gets more healing. If you're playing on the choke, I like to put Pylon here because it's protected. You can, I'm pretty sure you cannot shoot that, so it's a good Pylon. It's just very exposed if they come from this side or if they go on top, something like that. But I usually never put it here. I rather just leave it here. But even this side, it's very exposed because if somebody comes from this side, if you want to play around this choke and then poke them out or something, putting Pylon behind this, I don't know what it is, painting. It could be a good idea if you're playing around here. It's very protected. Nobody sees this unless they push in. It's literally hiding behind this thing, so that works. I never put it there though, but if you play here or if you're McRae or anybody else plays here, it's pretty nice. Same for this side, just put it above here if you play here. Same for that. And for this one, I like putting it here instead. Because if Genji dashes in, or if Monkey just jumps in, they will not instantly zap this because it's sitting on a high position and they need to like look over up. and start hitting it, but by that point you can just remove it. It's also good to pylon positioning if you're playing on top and you're getting dived into. Always put pylon on top of the doors, because putting like low ground and stuff like that, if Diva comes by or Winsa comes by, there's always damage coming in and it always gets caught in between. So put it in places where they will not be able to hit it. And if you play on this top side, just put pylon up here. It's really great. It's very defensive, especially if your Anna is playing here. It's really nice to give her some support with this. Or you could put pylon here, especially if you play on the van. I usually find myself playing here, so having pylon on this side is great. But up to you on where you want to play. I also like putting pylon in between here if my DPS is playing here and I'm just sitting by. So that one is healing a lot. It's pretty much healing everything. Same for this side. This side will probably be the most safe, but it doesn't heal up to here. So I just leave it here. I will discourage putting pylon around here, because it always gets destroyed, but if you do, put it down there, because they will not look at it up until they notice it's healing, and then you can just move it. Because if you put it like behind this box like this, they will jump you and that's just always gone, and I feel like it's just bad. I can never get pylon to live around here, but if it sits there, I'm at least able to move it. If you play on the back, just put pylon above here. These are pretty solid positionings. You don't really see this one if you're further back. The more you come close to it, you will be able to see it. So careful of that one. Otherwise, put it there. It's probably way more protected, yeah. So just be careful of Tracer or anything coming by. But that one is more protected than the one on the right, so put it on the left, I'd say. If you come out of spawn, put pylon around here. It gets a healing done, and it gets you till here. And if you come back from spawn here and they're contesting it, just put pylon like that. It's really good. I would very much recommend this positioning here like this, because a lot of people just throw it like this, or they don't really know where to put it when when your team is contesting. So the best spot for me would be this here, because it's defensive for you, not for the person that's contesting, but at least it's like assisting the people who are coming back, or even yourself if you're like healing people. And yeah. For attack, I usually put pylon above here when I'm pushing in with the team, or if I'm getting pushed down or I still push in, I like putting it here. Most of the times it's safe and it's pretty nice, so I'll leave it here. Once I push in, I was like putting pylon behind the cars, because you can see this one, and it's well protected if the team gets poked out, or if somebody from here is coming back and they need healing or assistance, and Tracer's pushing in, this healing everything, so it's pretty nice. Putting pylon inside here, I'm not a fan of this, honestly, but you can also do that. I just don't like it. I'd rather just put it behind the car. It heals way better. Once you get on top, on the high ground, and you're pushing, I like putting pylon here. Just be careful of somebody coming from this side and shooting that down. Otherwise, it's safe and it's nice. If the team is on low ground, I like putting pylon behind the bush. Just be careful of somebody from this side shooting it, because they can see it very well from here. It's hidden, but they can still see it. Once you're pushed in the point, I like putting pylon here. It's not the most safe, but if I can push in very well and the team's still holding this side of the point, I just put pylon here, because anywhere else kind of gets destroyed. Unless you want to keep on leaving it there, that works too. But you can also put it here, it's nice. Once you're pushed in, I like putting pylon here. Not too much on this side, because from here you can see it. But if you put it on the edge of it, you cannot. So always put it on the edge of this side, because if you put it here, they can see it. Another good spot, if you're holding point, I always like to put it here. This one is really great, because I mean, the enemy is just focused on just jumping back into the point, contesting it, and they will notice it later on. So even if they come from this way, they will not look up immediately. They will not know it's up there. So, but once they notice, you can just move it back. And if nobody's there, you can put it here. This is also nice for point because it's still healing here. Otherwise, you can put it here. This one is a bit weird though, because I feel like there's always somebody coming from this side, so I really just leave it here as long as nobody's in there. Otherwise, another safe spot will be putting it here. Just aim down from here and just place it here. It's still healing from this. Not too low, not too high. Just make sure it's on the right. It's kind of hard to land if you're being fast, but it should be fine. It's still healing here, so if you have nowhere else to put your pylon, putting it there might be a good idea. Once you get the point and your team is pushing, I like putting a pylon here. So if you're pushing from here, you can just it's healing here, and I feel like it's great. If you're pushing from this side, I just leave pylon up here. Once your team pushes in, you can put pylon here. If you don't wanna leave it here, even though I feel like this works better just because this has a wider range. If you put it here, it's also good. You can still see it from up there, unless you put it horizontally like that. I don't think, actually no, I think you can see it still. But if you put it vertically, it's very hard to notice from the top. They can still shoot it, but they need to be very far back and take a glance of this. Usually you don't see it though, so it can be good occasionally. It will most likely always be up. I'm pretty sure they will not notice this, because I'm gonna show you. Because when you come on top, you only see it when you come from top. Like really need to be looking at it. And after that, it pretty much kind of disappears. Like you're not really focusing there, you're more focusing on looking up than looking down at that. So that can work, and if you want to shoot it down, you need to really back off. If you're playing down here or in the room, pylon here is great, just be careful of somebody being there. But usually everybody's playing up here, so shouldn't be an issue. Once you come up, I like putting pylon here. I feel like this is a great spot, and it's protected even if they come from here, because you can't see them unless you're really far back. If you play on top, always put pylon here. This is the best positioning you could ask for on top here, because if you put it here, it still works, but Diva comes in, Winston comes in, this is gone. Same for this side here, it's just gone. So always put it here. On attack, you can still use this positioning, but it's a bit more risky, just because the enemy is defending here, and they can just walk up for that. So putting it here might be better if you're attacking here and just poking people out, or you can just leave it behind here like this, and that works too. Actually, you just can't push too far in, because if you're here, it doesn't. I'm pretty sure it's out of range. So, but if you play here, it's good. If you play low ground, I like putting pylon here. I feel like it's the most protected, because if you don't see this, like you can shoot from here, but I've never had people shooting through that higher. They usually just blink over here or walk up to it. So I think this is very nice if your team is playing around here. If you play on the house, you can put pylon here only if the enemy team is pushed in, but even then, I don't like putting the pylon in this house. I feel like it always gets destroyed, so I'm not sure about this one. I'm not too sure. You can put it here as long as nobody comes inside, otherwise it's just, that's gone. It's a bit tricky to put pylon around here. If you're pushed in and the pylon is here and you're trying to contest it, putting pylon here is very nice, because the enemy team will come from this side most of the times, and he needs to walk up from there to destroy this one. So that can work, just be careful if people come from this side. Otherwise, you can leave it in the room here. I think I prefer this spot the most, because enemy comes from here, they can't see it. Enemies here, they cannot see him. Like, they're trying to get the point back. Even if you come from this side, you cannot see that one. And it's healing from this through the whole thing around there. So I think it's the safest one. If you play inside here, you can put Pylon here, but it will most likely get destroyed if somebody pushes you in. So depending on your positioning, you can put it there. Putting Pylon here can also be good, but this is very situational. I usually only put it here if we're all on the point and the enemy team is trying to recontest it like very fast. But even then, I just, if anything, I move back and I put it here. If you play in high ground again, you just put Pylon here if you're on attack. Don't put it on the other side because they will see it very easily. Once you cap the point and you come here, I like to put Pylon around here. It's not the best spot, but it's situational just at the start when you push in. Otherwise, I always leave it here. It's very safe and nice. And it gets the healing done. Or you can put it here. This one's also pretty nice because even if they're here, they don't see this one. So that one is very safe. If you, I don't know, if you poke them like this, or if your DPS is playing from here. So it's really nice. If you play high ground, putting Pylon here is pretty nice. It heals down there and up here, so that works pretty well. And if you're pushing inside here, it's a bit risky, but if anything, put Pylon here. I would discourage putting Pylon here. If anything, put it here, inside here. Like I told you before on defense, just put it inside here. It gets a healing done, it's pretty nice, and they won't see it even if they're here. They really need to like jump up here and destroy it, otherwise they cannot see it. Or if they're here, if they're defending here, then they will see that very easily. But you don't get a lot of people sitting here. Just be careful, be aware of where they are. If you play inside here, you can put Pylon here. I will be very careful with this one because if they have Winston or Diva, that one is most likely gonna be gone, so you can always put it there if anything. It will just not heal you as much if you come here. I will discourage putting Pylon top here if you're like attacking from here and the team is pushed there, because especially if they have a Diva or Sigma or somebody on the top is always getting destroyed, so don't put it above there. Same for this position. It can occasionally be nice, but it's situational, because on my experience, this one always gets destroyed. So if anything, put it here. If you play around here, or you're trying to poke them out from this side, just put it there. Because if you put it on top, they will always see it. I never had a game where it will not get destroyed. Putting Pylon here can also be good if you plan on like poking a bit, or your whole team is playing around here. It's not protected very well, so it will most likely get destroyed easily. So it's a bit of 50-50. It's kind of whatever. I don't really like it. I would much prefer to just leave it here. I like just leaving it here instead of going my way and putting around here. So if anything, leave it there, because that one never gets really destroyed because you need to push in further for that one. So yeah. If you play from top, like before on defense, just put Pylon above here, and then you can play it out here. When the payload is about to get capped, you can put Pylon here on the front door. It's gonna heal you up until here. If you decide to play on this side, it heals from here too. You don't want to put this when you're playing here and the enemy team plays here, because it's very easy to destroy if you're close. But if you're far away, you do not see it, you can't destroy this. Unless you're from down here, so it's a bit situational. Usually, if the point is about to get capped, they don't look at the pylon, so you can also put pylon here when you're about to cap the point. This one doesn't heal up to here, but it's good if you want to play on this side and you don't really know where to put pylon, because I mean, this is a very contested area, so there's not many safe points for this pylon. So that's a safe spot there. Another safe spot here, you just come here and place it here. This one's very protected. Enemy team will not be able to see this at all. So it's way better than putting on the frame door. So you should probably switch it to that, if anything. The frame door one is only nice because if your teammate goes back because he's getting poked out or stuff like that. But I'd rather much put it there, because even if I play here, this pylon is gonna heal me a lot, and it's still healing me from here. And nobody sees this one, it's really protected, so it's nice. Another pylon that I found working, weirdly enough, is the one where you put it here. I mean, that's too far in, sorry. You like put it here, and it's healing your team on point when the card is getting contested. It will be very easy to destroy, but the enemy team is too focused on the point to be able to notice that one. So that could also work if you want to heal the people in the middle.